habits that are going to help you in language acquisition. And I hope that this video actually gives you some value because if I had applied these things that I'm going to tell you in my when learning English, I will actually have acquired English in 2 years instead of almost 3 years and maybe less than 2 years. So like, you should really pay attention to this. Why should you listen to me? Well, I'm literally talking to you in English, even though no soy un nativo de el inglés. So like, maybe that's why you should listen to me. And I have done more than 10 videos on the topic, so that actually at least I think that tells you something. Habits that have to do with language acquisition, because I will explain some others which doesn't have anything to do with language acquisition. The first one is the extensive reading one. There are two methods of reading, and this is one of them, which is the extensive reading one. The extensive reading is just reading for fun. Actually, that's it. And there are really a lot of studies that have proved that extensive reading can help you on your listening, yeah, on your vocabulary, and in on things like, for example, of course, your reading comprehension and your comprehension on the language. Because, for example, if you don't have a lot of knowledge of the language, or you have no, let's say that you have some knowledge on the language, but you don't know how to create sentences, or how to conjugate them, or how to use them. You don't know how to use the words, but you know a lot of the words. Well, if you just read for fun, something that is kind of on your level but a little above, you're going to notice that in, in a matter of maybe like 3 months or 4 months, your language is going to exponentially improve. Like, this is something that is going to eventually happen. Like, I am pretty sure that it's going to happen for you if you use do extensive reading. Just pick a book a little above your level. Maybe you are in a B1 level, or maybe you are in a B2 level. Just pick it a little above or on your level, and you're going to encounter vocabulary that you don't know. And yeah, you're not going to have a hard time reading. There's another thing, which is reading aloud. Reading aloud, of course, helps you to improve your speaking because you're actually um, speaking the words in itself, and it's going to help you to concentrate more. Like, you can actually do extensive reading whilst you read aloud, and you're improving your listening. Of course, you're improving your listening because you are listening to yourself, of course. And then you're going to improve your vocabulary, you're going to improve your speaking because you're actually speaking. That's it. And this is one of the methods that I actually tell to do, because I always tell, because for shy people, or for people that doesn't have much persons to talk with, I say that reading aloud can be a very good, because you just don't have to spend that time talking to someone for 2 hours or maybe 1 hour, and maybe you don't relate to the people that you're talking to, and language learning, when it gets boring, you don't want to do it. And at least reading aloud can help you to speak actually and hear you, and this is actually something that is going to help you, you know. Then, when reading, always try to look up words from dictionaries. The one that I actually recommend, which is like available for most languages that almost all of the people learn, is the Cambridge Learners Dictionary. Like, as you can see in the photo here, it is available for Chinese, Dutch, French, German, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Norwegian. Like, for most languages that you probably want to learn, it is available. So like, that is the one that I recommend. Just try to look up words from your books, from the books you're reading, when you don't really understand the sentence or the word. That's it. Then these are some habits that doesn't really have anything to do with language acquisition, but I think that are going to help you to be more efficient and more happier over time. And this actually leads to you being more confident. And when you are more confident, you are more productive. And if you are more productive, of course, your language acquisition process is going to be more, let's say, efficient. Yeah, efficient. The first one is to wake up early, especially if you go to school or uni. Why I say this? Because if you go to school or uni, you probably go there at 7 a.m. And if you wake up at least at 4 a.m., you're going to be able to do at least 2 hours of studying. And if language learning is very important for you, you should actually be doing that before you go to school because it's just more important for you. Actually, I think that all of the things that are more important to you, you should do that before the thing that is not important. So if you can just wake up at 4 a.m. and do those 2 hours, you will actually get so much more done than if you go to school and like study after you went to school, So like, if you can just wake up early, uh, just go to sleep at 8 a.m. And wake up at 4 a.m. That's it. There's another one which doesn't really have anything to do with language acquisition, and if you don't want, if you want, you can like not do it. Is meditation. Meditation, I think that is one of the most beneficial ones for your life in general, but also for language acquisition, because it's going to improve how present can you be in situations. How present can you be in situations? Why I say this? Because, for example, when you're talking to people or when people is talking to you, you actually get on your thoughts and don't really pay attention to what other people are saying to you. Well, then I say to do meditation because that's actually going to not remove, but it's going to lower how less present are you with persons, or how less present you are when applying immersion or when watching your series to learn the language. In other words, it will basically improve your concentration because meditation is just concentrating on one thing for a period of time. Let's just say that I have, for example, this glass, this glass right here, and I want to concentrate on this thing for 2 minutes. If I keep looking at this for 2 minutes, you of course you are going to start thinking about other things, and you're going to start to look over to another place of your house, and then the thing that you want to do is that when you look at another thing, you're going to notice that, mm, oh my god, I'm not actually looking at the glass for 2 minutes. So you will just like look again at the glass of water or at the glass, and that's it. And you're going to keep doing all over and over until you have finished your 2 minutes or your 3 minutes a day of meditation. I recommend to do actually 20 minutes of meditation a day if you can do that. If not, if you can't do that, just go with 2 to 3 to 1 minute even if you can't, and just keep doing that until you advance to 20 minutes. The last one is doing exercise, and I'm not going to tell you to get into a gym or to do calisthenics to get in shape, which is actually something that is good if you want. But I am actually going to tell you to do whatever type of exercise you are interested in. If you want to do swimming, then just swim. If you want to jog, just jog. If you want to jump the rope, just jump the rope. The thing that exercise does is should actually to put you in a better shape, and this actually is going to uh, help you to be more confident. And when you are more confident, you are more efficient. And if you are more efficient, your language acquisition process is, of course, going to be more efficient as well. So, like, why not just do exercise? Like, maybe you want to go to a gym. Like, for example, this happened to me. I practice calisthenics, right? And when I got to a good shape in calisthenics, I actually felt more confident and I had attraction from girls. And when I had attraction from girls, I actually, oh, then felt confident and improved my concentration on my studies because I just felt less stressed about the topic of like not having girlfriends or not having attraction from girls. So like if you can just do exercise, which is going to get you more happier, and then it's just better for you in almost all other ways. And actually, you're going to get the same results, but you're going to feel more happier than someone who actually just does language acquisition. And well, if you are interested on all of this, just go to my description and watch my product, which the link will be below.